Order. Oh, wait a minute. Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Motion to approve the minutes of the November 3rd, 2022 regular board meeting and the November 25th, 2022 special work session.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous two meetings.
Is there support?
I'll support.
It's been moved and supported that the minutes of the November 3rd, 2022 regular board meeting and the November 25th, 2022 special work session be approved and placed on file. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Being none carried. You've received your treasurer's report. Any comments, questions? If not, place those on file, please. Accepted minutes of the October 12th, 2022 public hearing from the Planning Commission and the regular meeting minutes. October 18th, 2022 regular board session meeting, regular work session meeting minutes are in your packet. Any comments, questions? No?
No?
Okay, good, place them on file. There was no appeal meeting. Oh, we have no county commissioner. Karen, you got anything going on in your office?
I do. There were two new written complaints, an ongoing fence issue and a construction of a pond without a permit. There were 5 zoning permits issued and 11 requests for construction permits. In the month of November, I completed and sent out notification mailings for 2 public hearings within the 15-day required timeframe. I did speak with the project manager of the Big B project. The hookup to consumers is what the holdup has been. That has been connected and they will be hiring staff and hoping to open around December 15th. Finally, the zoning department has been approached by the consultant who is acting as the agent for the developer to construct a total of 288 market rate multifamily apartments over a course of 2 phases on a property located at 610 East Parkdale Avenue, commonly known and referred to as the old Kennedy School property. A special use permit and site plan has been submitted and my review has been completed. That parcel is currently located in 2 zoning districts, R1 residential and C1 commercial district, which we refer to as split zoning. And a rezoning application has been submitted to rezone the entire parcel as C1 commercial. Public hearings were held on 12/7/2022 by the Township Planning Commission on the submissions. The Planning Commission has recommended to the Township Board to approve the amendment to the zoning ordinance to rezone the parcel located at 610 East Parkdale Avenue. The amendment does go to the County Planning Commission for review first, which is on their agenda for this evening, actually. And I do expect a response from them next week. That will then be asked to be on your agenda when that has been completed. With that being said and addressed, the township has been approached by the consultant, Mr. Nathan Wagner, on behalf of the developer to work together to promote the demand for much needed housing and generate new investments from the rehabilitation of a commercial property by creating a commercial rehabilitation district by resolution under the Commercial Rehabilitation Act. The developer would apply for a commercial rehabilitation exemption certificate. That exemption certificate provides a partial property tax exemption for multifamily, residential, commercial business enterprises, or qualified retail food establishments that are rehabilitated and meet the requirements of the Act. Exemptions are approved for a term of 1 to 10 years as determined by the Township Board. At this time, I would like to ask the board to please consider the request of Mr. Wagner's and the developer to establish a commercial rehabilitation district to get this project going.
Oh, okay. Comments? Questions?
What are the things we have to do to establish a district, we the board?
You would need to hold a public hearing.
Okay.
Notices would have to go out within 10 days to the district party only
Mhm.
with that property, to the county clerk's office,
Okay.
and then you would have to hold a special meeting after that.
Well, we have to act on whether we want to participate in that, is that correct?
Yes, you need to make a decision if you would like to act in that, accept their request or not.
And because it says rehabilitation, it means it has to be an existing property, not vacant land, not anything.
Correct.
So that's why
There
this
are
parcel
many-
would qualify.
Exactly, there are many boxes that this item has to check, and it does. It has to be less than 3 acres, or not less than 3 acres. It has to be an existing building, which the school is still standing, so it is an existing building. I did check with the state commission, tax commission, and the school does qualify as a qualified facility, is what the term is called. And it has been within the 15-year timeframe.
Okay, we have it on our agenda, so
Okay.
why don't we proceed, and we'll get back to that as item number 2. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Any other questions for Karen? Thank you. Joe is working, Joe Circa, the fire chief, is working. He sent a report in. I'll do the best I can to, well, I'll read his report. They had 13 fire-related incidents, 28 medical-related, or 28 hours of medical-related, 8 meetings, 25 hours for the chiefs and officers. The 135R, which is a rescue unit, had the DOT inspection done. The station air compressor for the air truck, for the airing up, keeping the trucks aired up while they're sitting in the station, went out and it's been repaired. Still waiting to hear from the halogen and axe sets that they are wanting to replace. They're looking to replace the JAWS equipment because of, it would be cheaper than to repair the hoses that they have. They're looking into that. Foam nozzles, and they're waiting for quotes to put in for revenue sharing grant applications for the spring. And personnel, they're actively recruiting. Fit test for interior personnel will be late January or February. The training, they had air compressor, the new air compressor to fill SCBA units. They had training for that. And fire ground safety. Administrative items, they're still working on the automatic aid agreements. The new computer helps out a lot on the station. They're getting IDs done for the personnel, and the Little River said that they would make them for them if they give them the pictures. Little River Casino. That was submitted by Chief Joe Circa. Thank you, Heather. That was a lot easier. Liquor Inspector Rick Klaus is working, but his note that for the month of November, there are no issues or violations. Township issues. Okay, I have a list, the roundabout. the infamous roundabout. On end of November, I got a note from Jessica Carpenter from the MDOT. We are making progress on the roundabout lighting. The electrical subcontractor will be out Monday to start additional work if needed for completion. It'll be ready for Consumers Energy to connect by Tuesday. But this was a couple weeks ago. I have contacted consumers to let them know it'll be ready. They have additional preparation that they need to make connections due to the changes. I don't expect the connection will happen immediately. So, as we all know, it hasn't happened. We had the first notification of the US 31 bridge that's going to be worked on. The bridge is going to be shut down on the 23rd of July, and it will be closed until
It's done.
April 24th of 24.
July of 23. To when?
24?
April of 24. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
There's a detailed brochure up there of the proposed route, what am I trying to say, detours.
So this is the bridge at First.
US 31, they call
Yeah.
it, this, what is it?
Bascule or something, right?
Bascule Bridge?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever that is.
I grew up in
That
Norwood,
bridge.
it was the new bridge,
Yeah, 31 Bridge.
never 30, anyhow. Maybe it'd taken so long you had to put a roundabout on it.
The Newland School improvements, they cut some trees down and made it so we had some power lines that were in danger. We cut those trees down and cleaned them up. The playground has been, there's been a perimeter put around the playground to contain the wood chips that were put inside so they won't blow around. Be easier for the groundskeepers to take care of things. And our thanks go out to PCA for the chips and for Anthony's what is it? What's his official name? Anthony's Construction, Anthony Gantz.
Outdoor
Yeah.
services.
Outdoor service, I think. that's right.
Anthony's
He's just-
Outdoor Services for his generous donation for the close to half of the labor that it took to spread the chips. So, thanks to those two organizations. Okay, that's it. For me. Anybody else? Got anything going on in the township? All right. Item number 2, Commercial Rehabilitation District. Let's get back to that subject. What's our next step?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's my understanding that at this point, the board needs to decide if they want to continue this discussion about the commercial rehabilitation district. And if they do, they need to set a date and publish a notice for a public hearing.
Okay. Yep.
And that
Okay.
notice has to be out 10 days before the hearing,
Right.
at a minimum.
In order to have the public hearing, yes, the recipients of the notice and the public in general has to have a notice 10 days before the meeting. Today is the 8th. If the board wishes to have a meeting before Christmas, the 22nd or thereabouts would allow 10 days from Monday the 12th to the 22nd for the 10-day notice.
So do we decide to get involved in it through a motion?
No, you do, well, a
Motion
motion
to
to have a
set.
public hearing.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the public hearing, of course, there will be the public comment. Sometime after the public hearing, the board needs to meet and determine by resolution if they wish to participate. and if they wish to participate, at what level.
Okay. So-
That's where the year discrepancy comes in, is that what you meant by at what level?
I did.
Okay, just so that I understand what, okay.
But again, by motion only, we can decide to set a public hearing date, is that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
That's how you'd have to do it.
That's, yeah.
If I'm not out of order, I'd make a motion to go forth with a public hearing date.
I'd second
Been moved, supported that we go ahead with a public hearing date for the commercial rehabilitation district.
And that date would be,
Well,
that. 22nd?
gee,
is that part of, do you want that part of the motion, or we just decide that? Well, yeah, make it part of the motion.
it would be nice to
Better.
be part of
Okay,
the motion.
yeah, okay, that's fine.
Good.
For December 22nd.
And at what time? 9 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock at night, 6:30?
9 AM was fabulous. Shouldn't have said 9 if you don't want 9.
I think, I would,
10 would be okay also.
I would suggest it, later in the day, only to give, I don't know, there's probably people working that wanna find out what's going on.
10 AM. That's later than 9.
Do you want a day meeting?
That's fine.
You're right.
Whatever the board wants to do.
I think if people are interested, they'll come whenever the time is.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
There's a motion on the floor to hold a public hearing on the commercial rehabilitation district issue on December 22nd at 10 AM. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Being none, carried. Okay, thank you, Karen, good work.
I thank you. Oh, thank you.
Contractual service agreement for the 2023 tax services, last year was $4.22 a parcel, this year it's $4.43 a parcel. It goes up, it goes down, but this is to pay the county to collect their taxes.
I love the way you analyze that.
Well, it's an agreement that we enter into every year,
Right.
and that's just they
Motion that we-
maintain the tax roll and print them.
I make a motion that we enter into the contractual service agreement for tax services for 2023 with the county, as presented.
Well,
Second.
Been moved, supported that we enter into the contractual service agreement with the county for the 2023 tax services for $4.43 per parcel. Any discussion?
I just wanted to comment,
Yes.
it's a 5% increase, which is pretty reasonable in these times.
Especially with people 17%.
And as I suggested, that there's been years where it's gone down,
Okay.
so. All in favor?
aye.
Aye. Opposed? Being none, carried. The second item is the Manistee County Contractual Service Agreement for the 2023 State Equalization, State Education Tax, Summer Tax Collection. That's been $1 a parcel for as long as I can remember.
I make a motion we enter into the agreement for contractual services for the summer tax collection for 2023 for the state education tax for $1 per parcel.
And I'll second.
It's been moved, supported that we enter into a contract with the county for a contractual service agreement for the 2023 state education tax, summer tax collection, and a dollar parcel. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, carried. 2023 board of review appointments, no, we don't need to be appointed until, next year, but we're gonna take care of it right now. And that's the current board of review members are Dan Rebold has for the past few years served as the chairman. Paul Rebold and Earl Edmondson are board of review members, and currently we do not have an alternate. So do you want to do all three at a time, or do you want to do one? I've contacted all three are interested in continuing the service for us.
I'd like to be separate, please.
Okay? I'll entertain a motion to reappoint Earl Edmondson as a board review member for the 2023
I'll
season.
support that.
I'll entertain a motion.
You.
Oh, I'm sorry,
make
I
the motion.
thought Connie made the motion.
No, but I couldn't, I make that motion that
Okay,
Earl Edmondson is.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Connie's gonna make the motion, John's gonna support it. Okay. Thank you.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Being none, carried. Entertain a motion for Paul Revo to sit on the board of review for 2023.
I'll make a motion to not nominate, but appoint Paul Rebold to the board of review.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Been moved, supported that Paul Revo be appointed to the board of review for 2023. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None, carried. Thank you. And Dan Revo.
I make a motion with Dan about the chair of the board of review.
They elect their own chair, but he'll
Okay.
probably remain.
All right, then I make the motion that we appoint Dan about to the board of review.
I'll support
It's
that.
been moved, supported that Dan Revolt be appointed to the board of review for the year 2023. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Being none, carried. Just for the sake of the public, we would certainly like someone to step forward as an alternate to the board of review. We do not have an alternate at this time. An alternate is a good place to start because you can get your feet wet as an alternate. If you want to continue further, that's good, you can see what it's all about. Okay, the 2023 Township Meetings Calendar, we've discussed that, we've gone over that. Diane has completed the calendar and is going to publish the calendar as you see it today. Want to get one more glance at it, or is it okay?
Look at it. Looks good to me.
Nobody wants a November change?
It's the month, so.
Well, one of these days we'll take the whole month off, but not yet.
Hey, I'm.
There's too much going on in November. As stated, the February meeting is canceled. Whole meeting in February will be canceled.
Okay. I didn't see that.
Well, due to absence.
Oh,
Due to absence.
okay, okay.
So it says,
You don't need a motion for that. do you?
You know,
I entertain a
we
motion
want to
to,
adopt the calendar, yes.
I entertain a motion to adopt the calendar as presented.
I'll make a motion to adopt the 2023 meeting calendar as presented.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been moved, supported that the 2023 Township Meeting Calendar be accepted as presented, adopted as presented. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Being none, carried. You've received a copy of the bills. Go on, John. Go on, John.
I'll make a motion to allow the bills paid as presented along with any incoming bills for the balance of the month.
Is there support?
I support.
Been moved, supported that the bills, excuse me, I'm sorry, the November 1st and November 30th bills be paid as well as incoming. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Being none carried. Treasurer's office will be open from 9 a.m., excuse me, to 5 p.m. on Wednesday, December 28th, and Saturday, December 31st to collect taxes. Now, is that the only time they're taking?
No, those are in addition to what was on their tax bill,
Okay. Good enough.
so that they have other opportunities before the end of the year for tax purposes.
No MTA meeting till spring. The Zoning Board of Appeals will meet Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023 at 6 p.m.
They
You
will
have it, Pia?
meet, they will meet that day for an organizational meeting.
Oh, okay. Planning Commission will meet Wednesday, January 4th at 9 a.m. at the Manistee Township Hall. Next regular board meeting of the Manistee Township Board will be, I guess, Thursday, January 12th at 7 p.m. here at the hall, but there's a meeting on the December 22nd.
Oh, right, we now tonight have established a
Right.
public hearing on
Yep.
the 22nd, but we did not address having a meeting after that.
No, but we will have a public hearing.
Right, we'll have a
But-
public hearing.
When do we want the subsequent meeting?
The question is a subsequent meeting. It doesn't have to be that same day.
Oh.
It can be, but it does not have to be. And at the time I printed this,
Yeah, well, is that something we want to do?
Then for a special meeting, we need 18 hours
we need
notice.
18 hours on a special meeting to post it.
So,
So if we wanted to do it after the meeting on the 22nd, why it's fresh in our mind and all the information that we got from the public, would it be posted as a special meeting and what happens?
Well, if we don't post the notice of the meeting until the time we have the public hearing, we wouldn't be able to have it for another 2 days.
I know, but I'm thinking maybe we could
But
post
if
it on
you
Monday.
decide you want to hold the meeting after the public hearing, then I would need to post, that's on Thursday, I would need to post on Wednesday.
That would be my suggestion, because everything will be fresh to us going through all the steps at that point in time.
I don't know. I'm just speaking for myself now. You know,
do.
I'm thinking that at this public hearing, you're gonna have a whole bunch of information you're gonna try and cipher through and get sorted out and questions answered. That maybe some won't be able to be answered at that public hearing.
And you may not be ready to make a decision based on what comes out of that public hearing.
Well,
I just don't wait myself.
if you schedule a meeting and can't make a decision, so be it.
right,
We tried, and we'll digest what we've learned then from the public hearing and reschedule another meeting. If in fact we can make a decision at that meeting,
we could.
we're expediting things for the people involved.
Yeah, the decision could be made at a meeting that same day that, I don't know, county board is tabled, but that's not it. We'll postpone a decision
We have a lot of ground to cover
Yeah.
between here and there.
until some other time, you know, some other meeting. But if there's nothing of standing in the way. of making
Well, we
a
don't know
decision.
that. We
And
don't know
we
what's
could.
gonna come out of the closet.
Well, that's what I mean.
This is all new to all of us,
Mhm.
everybody involved, and I think that I need time to digest and figure out what the heck's going on. Whatever you guys wanna do. Let's go to the public hearing and see what happens,
Okay.
okay?
Mhm.
Okay. So the only other item is that we'll have a public hearing on the 22nd. I would like any other public comment at this time? If not, on behalf of myself and my family, I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and a nice holiday season. I would encourage everyone to check their smoke alarms, keep their chimneys clean. One of these days, it's gonna get cold. Hope it waits till March, but I bet it doesn't. Anything else? If not, a motion's in order.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
I second.
Been moved, supported, we adjourn. All in favor?
Hi.
Aye. Opposed? Being none? Thank you very much.